And it was just about. Hey, what's going on? Hope Jean runs alive with Miss Pleasant here. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Remember, I told y'all we have where we pop off on Friday and we recap everything that happens on Friday. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, I decided to come back here to the park because I had to run because my battery, I didn't realize I was just, whoa, I took a lot of notes, y'all. We still got some more to go because I got to tell y'all the juicy part. I got to tell y'all the part where everybody gas. And I got to tell y'all how Diddy really think he running the courts. But anyway, thank you, welcome. Tap the screen, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the like button as soon as y'all come in. Let them know Miss Pleasant is popping off part 2. And I'm going to give it like a little recap real quick just in case you just coming in here. It's your girl, Miss Pleasant. Me and Jean was down at the courthouse. We did not go into the exact courtroom Diddy was in. We went into the overflow because, like I said, you have to get down here at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was told at, I want to say like 8 something, Jean was like, yo, I'm coming down there. So it was like very much, you know what I mean? But we will be prepared next time. Shout out to everybody that's in this chat right now. Yes, double tap the screen. Thanks, HB. Hey, Mimi, how you doing? Give us the juice. Yeah, I'm coming with that, girl. I'm coming. Hey, I missed earlier live, but caught some paperwork. Yes, shout out to my boo paperwork. That is fam right there. Shout out to paperwork. PWP in the house. Thank you for always having my back and believing in your girl. We gonna do something together. Look at y'all, the ducks. They out here feeding the ducks. Question, what's the location for line to start? You basically gotta get there like, I wanna say 3, 4 in the morning. So basically what they have is like the reporters and some of the content creators and bloggers and TikTok, if they got people, you know, if they got a little cash or whatever. There is a group of people that if you pay them $35 an hour to stand in line for you, they'll come like 3 o'clock in the morning. So this way, when you come, when court opens up at 8:30, they're holding your spot in line. So they're getting paid $35 an hour. Yo, if y'all want some chicken and y'all down in New York City, go down there. Go down there and sit outside. All you got to do is get yourself a little pod thing. You know what I'm saying? Invest in a business. $35. It's mad people that want to get in the courtroom. So that's a good way to make some money if y'all looking. Your hair looking nice and tight today, girl. Thank you, Mimi Flo. What's popping, y'all? All right, there's 53 people in here. I need to get at least 53 likes. Hit that like button so I can continue. Because I'm telling y'all, this next part, I'm telling y'all, yo, it was crazy. Your girl, Miss Morgan, she's a very good witness. And like I told y'all, I didn't even know who she was. I was doing my little 1-2 drop because I found out Gene was pulling up. I put him in the Uber. You feel me? Because where he had parked his car at or whatever. So now I know Gene coming, so I'm trying to do a drop to let y'all know he about to pull up in so many words, you know, without letting y'all know. And I see this YT girl coming, and I'm like, okay. And she got mad lawyers around her, and I'm like, okay, she must be somebody important. I really don't even be knowing none of these people. Yo, when I be in the cut, come to find out, all of the lawyers be walking past me. So now I'm gonna do my due diligence, because I guess I wasn't nosy enough. And my peoples, y'all wasn't nosy enough to be like, yo, point out the lawyers. They be walking past me every day. So now y'all know I got to pop off on the lawyers now. So your girl going to be looking for the lawyers tomorrow. I hit the like button. Yes, Jason. Thank you. Hey, what up, Jenny from the block? What's poppin'? Boricua. Oh. Yes. Share alike. All right, y'all. So, like I said, we was left off. Like I told y'all, like I said, I'm not saying that I am Diddy, pro Diddy or Diddy, or I'm not saying anything. I'm just giving y'all a play-by-play. And I let y'all know every day I come out of court who I think, what side I think excuse me. I tell y'all what side I think won that particular day. I'm not saying that it's Diddy team that won and he's not guilty. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing. I'm just sitting here being nosy, okay? Okay. Now that we got that established, let's move right along. So yeah, so your girl Morgan was on there. Like I told y'all, that's Cassie's friend. They've been friends like 15, 16. She's basically on the stand for the government, and she's telling them basically how Diddy, you know, used to beat up Cassie, and she said she saw it 2 times. She said she saw it in Jamaica, and then she saw it at their home in the Hollywood Hills. She also said how Diddy was acting like The Shining. Y'all know Jack Nicholson. Red rum, red rum. How your man pulled up to her house and Cassie ran away from him from getting beat up. Your man came to her house because that's, you know, that's your homegirl. That's your best friend. So your man gonna know you going to your homegirl house. So he went there to Miss Morgan's house and took a hammer. He took a hammer, y'all. Hammer time. And he was beating down her door. She said she's never been so scared in her life. She really thought he was gonna get through. So now here where the story picks up. All right now we gonna walk and talk a little something. Cause I'm about to talk some sugar, honey, iced tea. So I'm keep it on the movement. Yeah, so we in Central Park, y'all. I'm in Central Park again. Ryan, I'm waiting. Okay, what you waiting for? Yeah, can't hear. Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Never mind. Everybody, y'all can hear me? I want to make sure everybody hear me, though, before I even proceed. Make sure that I can hear you. I hear you fine. All right, thank y'all for letting me know that y'all can hear me fine. All right, so maybe I'll stand over here because it's like a little quiet and, you know, I might have to get a little, you know, a little loud on this one. All right, so let me get back to my page because I told y'all, look at all of this stuff I took. I was not playing today. Today, I was listening because, baby, Morgan, she tweaked my ears. My ears, you know, when you nosy and your ears pucker up, you already know what it is. You about to get the information. My ears puckered up, y'all. I'm only keeping it 100 with y'all because y'all my peoples. All right, so like I said, he would call her 50 million times. So she said that she informed D-Rock. She called D-Rock first, and basically nothing happened. And y'all know D-Rock is head of security, and y'all also know D-Rock is the same one Gene had told about, you know, because that was big man, right-hand man, you know, and they laughed at Gene. So now... I told y'all how he pushed and kicked Cassie. That's what Miss Morgan said. And he pulled her. Yo, he liked pulling her by her hair. Like, oh, that's some BITCH move. Like, pulling hair. I was looking for you, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa not here today. She in the chat, though. Shout out to Lisa for holding me down, videotaping, going into the courtroom today. I appreciate Lisa. Make sure y'all send her. She likes Starbucks too, y'all. So make sure y'all send her something for Starbucks. She like her not Starbucks, excuse me. Oh no, she like DD. Sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, DD. I'm cheating on you. Starbucks was closer, y'all. I'm just saying. All right, so like I said, when that happened with the assault, Miss Morgan said she told Ruben. Ruben is the security, and Ruben looked at her like, very, very, very Scooby-Doo. Y'all remember Scooby-Doo? If y'all, shout out to all my cartoon people who used to watch cartoons every Saturday morning. Y'all remember Scooby-Doo? Yeah, that's what Ruben did, the security. But anyway, tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Yeah, Icy. He been talking about D-Rock. Yeah. He been talking about D-Rock. So anyway, and his name was mentioned. And not only was his name mentioned, because you know he's supposed to be security. Also, I mean, because I just find that shady. You big man. You know how your man Big felt. I'm just saying it's just street code you live by. You understand? It's the way you move. And that move was funny. Because I'm pretty sure he knew, because everybody knew. Everybody knew Big wasn't really rocking with Diddy like that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this is your man and this is your right-hand man, now he's security. Yeah, that makes no sense. It don't add up to me. But, you know, who am I? I'm just a girl from around the way, from Harlem, with a damn iPhone and a selfie stick. Yeah. Shout out to me. I think so. Yeah, who said that, Maya? Miss McDonald. I think you're on to something. I think you on to something. So, all right, so now let me get back. Okay, they was at the bar. He dragged her. They was in the bathroom. He hit her. Okay, so this is the part where Miss Morgan said when he had pushed her to the ground when they was at the bar. So she hit her head. Miss Morgan says she hit her head, and that's how she got that bruise. Remember they was talking about that bruise? They was talking about that bruise on her. Oh, y'all, look, look, look. Oh, wow, we getting formation. Y'all see that right there? All right. Y'all see that? Oh, I wonder where they going. Oh, wow. That's dope. Yeah, y'all saw that, right? Oh, there they go right there. Oh, wow. Let's look. Here they come right now. Oh, wow, look. That's dope. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, like I was saying, she said Cassie Morgan, she was a very good witness. Like, she spoke very well. You could tell she got a good education. And you could tell her family, I think the Morgan family, I gotta do a deep dive into her. I really do. So like I said, she said Cassie was sitting there numb, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. And basically, it's so sad because when she called D-Rock, when Miss Morgan called D-Rock and she called KK, like, it wasn't just like Cassie sitting there numb. Like, they know he crashed out. Like, basically, they was like, oh, he crashing out again. Like, basically, and she is flipping her sugar honey iced tea. She's flipping out because she, like, could you imagine a man screaming and yelling all types of profanities, all types of everything at your door, banging it with a hammer? Making sure Puff don't escape. I hope they don't feel bad weather coming. You know how animals are. Yeah, I don't know though. These animals, they different here in Central Park. They trained. Some of them, I guess, some of them. Yeah. Okay, what you was thinking? Oh, cool geese. Yeah, they are cool geese. And you know, people be getting high and all of that. Cause you know, people be leaving they little, you know, they little clips behind. So you know, they chill out geese. See, look, they chill out geese. See, look. So, you know, people throw that down, they go and pick it up and they eat it. They be high. They got their medication. Y'all got y'all's today? All right. So, yeah, my baby daddy be like, okay. So now, I'm going to go sit right here. Yeah, we're going to go sit right here and pop off on the bench. I'm just going to tell y'all the last little bit, and then I'm going to go get my DD because I was sent some money to go get me some Dunkin' Donuts, but you know, I was working today, so I was doing double duties today. But shout out to Lisa, like I said, Lisa Marie Orbala, she held me down today. All right, y'all, so now we getting back, like I told you, to basically, Diddy left eventually, even with D-Rock and KK, you know what I'm saying, really not being able to do anything because he was crashing out. And Cassie was just sitting there numb. So a neighbor, because like I said, this was in the Hollywood Hills, a neighbor called the police because they asked Miss Morgan, did you call the police? And she said, no, I didn't. But then she said something about the police showed up or whatever, whatever like that. So in order to make him scared and not to come back there or whatever, whatever, basically they showed him the detective's card because the detectives gave them the card. Now, not that they was gonna do anything, but it was just like a scare tactic for them. I believe that's what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to let them know, look, the cops came, it's a detective, like don't be hitting on Cassie no more or whatever. That's what I took it to understand. That's what I took it to mean, you know? What's up, what's up, what's up? Yes, hit the like button. I got 202 people in here and only 64. What are y'all doing? Come on now, we've been down like 4 flat tires for way too long. Hell yeah, you can hear hammer banging easily. Yeah. So could you imagine? She said he was screaming all types of profanities and just screaming and yelling and just banging on the door. Douche, douche, douche. Yeah, you know, something like that to that effect. Hit those like buttons. Yes, Justin, tell them. Get the likes up. Yes, let's get our likes up. Come on, y'all. We out here. We being nosy. I'm giving y'all scenery. I'm giving y'all what happened in court today when me and Jean was in there. Of course, you know, it was very Tupac. All eyes on me. But they was really on Jean. All right, so now mind you, after that happened, like I said, Miss Morgan was freaked out of her sugar honey iced tea. Like, she was so scared. Like, she's never seen him that crazy before, she said. So basically, she, you know, that's her homegirl. You know, when your homegirl is messing with some dude, some ninja that's doing her dirty or whatever, you know, as a homegirl, you're going to tell your homegirl, like, yo, that ninja bugging, like, you don't need to be with him or whatever. Like, telling her, like, that's not a good look, you know? And she told her, basically, they asked her, they was like, did you tell her to leave? She said, yeah, she told her to leave. Like, and I feel that because you would have been doing a disservice if that's your homegirl and he at your door beating your door. Now you got to be embarrassed, or your neighbors and everything. And the fact that this is Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, do you feel me? Do you feel me? Somebody in the chat let me know, say yes. Could you imagine living in your house, in your complex or whatever, and you driving by and you seeing Diddy crashing out at somebody's door? Yo, I would be like, yo, I would have filmed it, yo. But, you know, I guess that's what rich people do. They don't do stuff like that. But, yo, you know my nosy behind would have been like, yo, Diddy, you need anything? You need some water? But anyway, that is crazy. That's crazy. My man, and she said he was there for like 20, 30 minutes banging down her door. She said she was scared. She thought he was going to come in through the door, but the way he was bugging and yelling and screaming. So the fact that they didn't even call the cops, and that the fact that in the living room, Cassie is just sitting there like this ninja head. Like, she's just very numb to it. Like, she's just like, oh, here we go again. Like, you know, just like, yo, that's crazy. While her friend is freaking out. So anyway, they called the cops, so the detectives came or whatever, but they didn't show her anything. She showed her ID, she said, but Cassie wouldn't show her ID, and Cassie didn't tell who she was or whatever. So now after that, Cassie explained to her, and it's crazy. Cassie explained to her that she couldn't leave Diddy. Morgan said she told her. She was like, my best friend told me she couldn't leave Diddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He controlled everything. Her house, her home, her finance, AE, IE, her career. Yes, tap the like button, y'all. They should have called the cops, then jumped him. That's what I'm saying. I would have what? I'd have jumped him. What? I'd have went and boiled the water. I would have went and boiled something, the eggs, grease, something, olive oil, because you know they don't be using grease. They use olive oil. Something. You can tell he's a demon. You can see it in his blank stare. Yeah, she said he went boo-boo the fool crazy. And y'all know boo-boo the fool crazy. If y'all old school, y'all know that's a crazy ninja. Boo-boo the fool. You know, if your mother said, oh, you want to act like boo-boo the fool? Y'all knew what was coming if you act like boo-boo the fool. Yes, hit the like button, y'all. All right, so, like I said, Cassie didn't give them her ID. Now, on March 6, 2006, a text message was shown. And this is the exchange between KK and cause you know now she's the cleaner, so now she got to clean it up with KK, cause I mean with Morgan, because I told you Morgan sent the detectives card, so you know that got Diddy scared. You know what I'm saying? That got him scared because yo. So now KK got to clean it up. You know, she the fixer, she the cleaner. Y'all know when they commit a crime and everything, and they have the cleaners to come in and bleach everything down or whatever it is that the solutions that they use, and it looked like nothing happened. Well, basically that's KK job. So KK swooped in, and they were sending each other text messages and everything. And Morgan was saying how nuts Diddy was. And that she's never been through nothing like that. Like, that just blew her mind. And y'all know for YT girls, you know, some black girls, we be like, oh, we seen that before too. But, I mean, it don't make it right, and y'all don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm a round the way girl, so I've seen things. But, it flipped her out. Like, that freaked her out. And the fact that it was Diddy, he's a celebrity, a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And that this is her friend. So anyway, like I said, she just like was telling Cassie she needed to leave. And don't y'all know, guess what Cassie did? Yeah, y'all. She met up at the hotel, Morgan said. She left after he came banging on the door and everything like that. And she was in the house with her homegirl, and her homegirl was telling her she need to leave him and don't leave or whatever. Of course, you know Cassie, because she know the deal. She know the drill. You know what I'm saying? She know the drill. She know the drill. So basically, Morgan said that Cassie broke out and Cassie went to the hotel to go meet up with Diddy. So now here go where Diddy team, you know what I mean, they objected because the government asked Miss Morgan, did they ever discuss what happened at the hotel? Yeah, I was like, oh, my ears was burning, y'all, because I was like, y'all know what happened at them hotels, them FOs. Yo, Brian jumped up like, oh, I object, I object, I object. He objects so much they had to do a sidebar, y'all. Yo, they had to do a sidebar. I was like, yo, because you know that's her homegirl. That's her best friend. That's been her best friend since she was 15, 16 years old. They hang out together. They live together. They're peoples like that. So you don't think Cassie told her what was going on? Come on. You know you always have that one girlfriend. And I feel as though Morgan, Miss Morgan, was that girl for Cassie. I really do. She's a girl's to me, seems like. You know what I mean? But I'm saying I'm not going to bet my life on it because the defense is up next. So, but as of right now, like I told y'all, day to day, I'm going to, you know, let y'all know who I think won day to day. I'm not saying this, you know, it's what I'm saying as, you know, what I'm running with, you know. Sometimes the defense does do good. Like with Dawn, I don't think that they did a really good job, the government with Dawn, because when Diddy team came on, they just blew holes all in her joint, and she had to say, yeah, well, maybe I didn't mean it that way. Well, how did you mean it? Well, I guess I don't know. No, you gotta know you said it. If you say something, you gotta back it up. I'm old school. You gotta back up what you say, you know? And to me, she wasn't backing up. She was backing down. So that's why her lawsuit, they were saying we need to drop the lawsuit, because what she was alleging in her lawsuit, she just said on the stand, didn't happen. So, you know. But now getting back to Miss Morgan. That's just letting y'all know, because everybody was like, oh, this person said this about it, and this person said that about it. Okay, everybody got their own opinion. And Miss Pleasant got her own opinion. I'm just telling you what I saw, what I heard. You know, everybody is different. So hit the like button, y'all. Facts. Jerome, you're welcome. Yes, thank you, chat, for chatting while I'm trying to explain the story of, you know, what happened. And y'all remember I got the 13th juror question, because y'all know the pop-off show with Miss Pleasant, my peoples, we're the 13th juror. So so she told Cassie she needed to leave, and we had a little time out. You know what I'm saying? When they objected, when the Diddy's defense objected to them basically asking Miss Morgan, the government asked her, did they ever discuss what happened at the hotels? So they hurried up and objected that, because everybody, I think everybody just like, we was slumped over. Everybody sat up straight, because like E.F. Hutton, everybody was listening. Everybody, because I looked around the room to see, is everybody as nosy as me? And they are. Yeah, 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 and they are. Yeah, they nosy. Hello, everybody in the chat. Yes, HB. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. And make sure y'all follow Miss Pleasant. If y'all like my content, let me get a thumbs up, y'all. If y'all like my content, let me get a thumbs up. Because then we'll just keep it popping off like this every day while I'm down at the Diddy trial. Give me a thumbs up and let me know in the chat. And if you're watching this in replay, If you're watching this in replay, make sure y'all give me a thumbs up in the comments and let me know if y'all like you know, how I'm doing the pop-off show with the recap and down at the trial and everything. Thank you guys. Thank you, Hakeem. Great job. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Maya. All right, y'all. All right. Thank you, Sandra, Sean. I saw the shorts with you pulling double duty with the... Yes, so listen. So now when they had the intermission, the little timeout or whatever, you know, big man get thirsty. You feel me? Big man get thirsty. So like I said, I'm double duty in it because at the end of the day, I'm a strong back woman. I can handle all of that. You feel me? I could do all of this in my slumber. You hear me? So I'm like, all right, so I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to give a little drop to let them know what's going on, to let them know, yo, I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. Let me go get this man some water, you know, because he was, you know, dehydrated, and we got to keep him dehydrated because y'all know, you know, we got to stay on him about eating and all of that stuff like that. But that's what you do as a personal assistant. You make sure they eat, they take their medication, down to they wiping their ass the right way. No, Diddy, I'm only playing. But yeah, kinda. What happened? How did Diddy bully the judge? Okay, Aaron, I'm getting to that. Tag. Hold on, I'm getting to that. Hold on. All right, so like I said, her circle, Miss Morgan said everybody in the circle that Cassie was in was Diddy employees. The only person that wasn't an employee was herself. So could y'all imagine? You're around his peoples all day, every day. And in a relationship, your man friends can't really be your friends like that. I mean, y'all could all be friends, but you know what I'm saying? You have to have your own separate friends. You handled that. Oh, okay, thank you. Patience, y'all. Yes, please, patience. I gotta, come on, I gotta drum it up to something, y'all. I've been sitting in that doggone court all day, running around. Y'all heard me doing double duties. You know, let me explain what's going on, you know? Sometimes you gotta make love slow, not fast. I'm just saying. I'm on a slow grind right now. All right, y'all. So, like I said, she was the only one that didn't work for Diddy. And, also, too, Morgan mentioned how she, basically, she mentioned D-Rock's wife, April. She mentioned about that, and far as basically, I believe she had, you know, was like telling Cassie, like, basically stay or whatever. All right, now we get into the meat and potatoes of who Miss Morgan really is. So now I told y'all in 2018, right? 2018, Diddy assaulted her at Cassie's crib in Hollywood Hills, y'all. Your man put hands on Miss Morgan. Yo. He did a dirty, y'all. He did a 730. And y'all know what 730 is. He did a crazy. This is Diddy. And I'm saying to myself, this is a famous man. All right. Yeah. All right. All right, I had to mute that because they was walking by with music, and I don't want them to, you know, mess up my content, and because, you know, YouTube, they be funny about other people's music. So anyway, y'all, he put his hands on Miss Morgan in 2018 at Cassie's house, y'all. At Cassie's house, he hit Mrs. Morgan. Not just hit her, he did a dirty. Did you hear me? In my New Orleans, did you hear me? Okay, so basically what happened was they was in Cassie's house. Now, this was at a time where Cassie really wasn't messing with Diddy like that. You know what I'm saying? She still was doing the FOs, but they wasn't really popping off like that. People, I think Cassie mom's is mixed and her father is from the Philippines. All right, Justin. Hakeem, true that. People, all right. People in power have no boundaries or limits and act entitled. Yeah, Mimi, they definitely do. So, okay, so she said they was in there chilling, and like I said, at this point in time, Miss Morgan said that they wasn't messing with each other no more. But all of a sudden, they in there listening to Cassie music because she had been doing music and stuff like that. So they was listening to her new joints, right? Who walks in? The diddler. He had a key, y'all. He had a copy to her house. So he just, so could you imagine you sitting there with your homegirl and you listening, and it's like, what my girl Deborah Clark said, how did you get here? Like, wait a minute. Y'all turn around and he's standing in your living room. Diddy was standing in Cassie's living room. I hope he doesn't get off. He needs to stay in prison. All right, Janet. The diddler, yeah. Cassie did that one song, Laugh Out Loud. Yeah, because he was stalling her career. All right, so let me finish up. So they said, as soon as when Cassie saw him, you know, it's that take flight, fear and flight. They said, Miss Morgan said, and this is on the stand, Miss Morgan said, Cassie ran immediately to the bathroom and locked herself in the bathroom. Because basically, she didn't probably think he would do anything to Miss Morgan. You feel me? She just know what he do to her. But at the same time, you left your homegirl dead and sinking with a raging animal, pretty much. So now Miss Morgan is in the living room, dead and stinking. She turned around. Cassie is gone. Cassie is locked in the bathroom, she said. So now, all right, let me mute it real quick because this music. So now while Cassie is in the bathroom locked away, probably scared, sugar honey iced tea list. You feel me? Your man Diddy walks up to Morgan, Mrs. Morgan, and he chokes her out. He chokes Miss Morgan out, y'all. He chokes her. He put his hands around her neck, she said, and choked her. And then he threw a wooden hanger, boomerang style, she said. Bow! Boomerang style, y'all. And he hit her right in the noggin. He hit her right in the noggin, y'all. Yeah, he hit her right in the noggin. And guess who was with Diddy when that happened? Ryan. Ryan was with Diddy. Now, y'all know Ryan is Diddy's old assistant, and they showed the picture. They showed the picture of Ryan. Also, any reason why they didn't have him as part of the witnesses, he would have been, who would have been? It's simple. He had the girl shook. Yeah, he had a real shook. Yo, it's 140 people and 524 people in this chat, and I only got 140. What's up with that? Okay, so anyway, so now when all of that happened in front of Ryan, Diddy and Ryan and Miss Morgan, they're in the living room. So after he choked her out, and after he hit her in the head with the hanger, she looking at Ryan so Ryan can help. Because now, mind you, Ryan, they all used to hang out together. So she thinking, okay, you a man, you going to say something. Ryan just shrugged. He shrugged his shoulders like, B-I-T-C-H, what you want me to do? Like, I'm scared too. So now she had an injury. She said she had a concussion. And afterwards, she was dizzy and she was vomiting and she went to urgent care because I guess she didn't want to blow it up neither, right? So, of course, you know the first thing she did, right? First thing any logical person do right after they go to the hospital, you lawyer up, and that's what she did. Cassie knew the deal very early on. You mean to tell me Cassie really believed she was special? She knew she didn't care about him, Porter, either. She knew who Kim was. Karma's karma is mercy. Karma is. All right, so let me finish. So Miss Morgan, she said she called the lawyer because she wanted to file a suit against Diddy. But guess what happened, y'all? Diddy got into Cassie's head once again and made Cassie call Morgan on the phone. And they went and they met at a pizza shop in New York City, right? Miss Morgan said they met at a pizza shop. And Cassie handed her over 30 stacks. And basically Cassie was doing his betting. You understand? So that's where y'all ask about the sex trafficking. And remember I was telling you the lawyer was talking about the pyramid? Well, there you have it. Now she's with her best friend at once upon a time, basically saying, shut the F up and take this 30,000, you know? And Cassie had the nerve to tell Miss Morgan that she was milking it. And she was taking it too far. And when Miss Morgan said it, like, you could tell she was very, like, you know what I'm saying? You know how when you have that good Judy, that good girlfriend? Y'all know about that. And she do some old 730 stuff for a ninja. It break your heart. And it just sound like, you know, it broke her heart. And then basically Cassie was like real cold about it and made her sign a NDA. So, she said she didn't even really read it. She was just so disgusted and everything like that. And since that day in the pizza shop when she was handed the 30 stacks, she has not spoken to Cassie or Diddy. That was the last time when Diddy put his hands on her. That was the last time she saw Diddy. So now, y'all, it's going to bring me to the question that I have. We're going to go for a walk. Y'all know, like I said, on the Pop-Off Show, we are the 13th juror. So the 13th juror question today, everybody. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right, listen, everybody. This is the 13th juror question of the day. And remember, these questions are yes or no. So y'all have to pop off in the chat. And if you're watching it replay, pop off in the comments, okay? Everybody good? Everybody good. That's why I trust no one, no bee, man, or animal. All right, y'all. So the 13th juror question of the day is, with everything you guys seen, heard, know, not just from me, from everybody that y'all, you know, because this is big. So I'm pretty sure y'all seen what goes on TMZ, what goes on the Breakfast Club, what goes on, you know, with everybody reporting. You feel me? So the 13th juror question is, making money online. Yes, that's what we like to do, make money online. But anyway, the 13th juror question is, remember I told y'all this is yes or no. Is there significant, credible evidence directly linking Diddy to the alleged criminal activity? Thus far, what you know. All right. All right, so we got Libra Queen, yes. We got a no. We got, okay, so like I said, is there significant, credible evidence directly linking Diddy to the alleged criminal activity? Pop off in the chat, pop off in the comments when you are watching this on replay. Let me see what Mike said no. HB said yes. Charmaine, no. Winnie, yes. Kimberly, no. Texas Lady, yes. Yasmin. All right, y'all. Pop off. Hit that like button as well. A lot of details is given. Yeah. I was writing everything down because the ears was burning, y'all. The ears was burning. Everything here say if it was audio or video, it better be. This is a toss-up. Right, it is a toss-up. It is. You can't trace cash. Yeah, and y'all know what he was found with. Y'all heard what the detective said when they went into his hotel. So could y'all believe he was about to have a freak off? Now, he knew the feds was coming for him, but he still had baby oil and everything. That just goes to show you about a narcissist. So now that I did the 13 juror question, I will get to what everybody gasped in the courtroom. So now at this point in time, they doing a sidebar, whatever, and then they was asking if Miss Morgan needs you know, wanted a break, you know, to go to the bathroom. Or if it wasn't Miss Morgan, I forgot who it was. It was somebody that needed a break to go to the bathroom. And apparently they're always needing a break to go to the bathroom. I think it's one I think it's one of the attorneys. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But it was somebody in the courtroom that needed to use the bathroom or needed a break or whatever. Your man Diddy told the judge, like literally told the judge, yeah, well, I need one too. At first, I was saying to myself, now, I know that just was not Diddy voice just being very funky like that. I mean, funk-a-dunk-dunk. I mean, he told the judge, basically, like he is your homeboy, Curtis Blow. If I rule the world, like he was ruling the court, he told the judge he needs a break right now, too. That was his outburst. That was his outburst. And it's just only playing into the hands of the government because that was like you have attorneys, sir. Sir, you have attorneys. And that's just like him sitting there handing them. The lady the other day was getting so confused, his defense lawyer, because he kept on writing little sticky notes and all of that stuff like that. So he trying to play everything, y'all. He trying to play everything. Yep. So out of control. His outburst. So out of control. And y'all know he leaning back in the chair, so that's when you know you uncomfortable. When you starting to lean back in the chair, and that's what he's starting to do now. Like his true colors is starting to come out. Like the first couple of days, he went up in there and he was being all lovely and nice and everything. But I think right now it's starting to come because he's getting agitated now. You know? Because I think also too that he's kind of not looking good. You know what I'm saying? You sound like Jagger. Oh, okay. Shout out to her. She's dope. I have a story about her, too, which is crazy. I have a story about her. A good story, too. And I was so, like, fanned out when I met her back in the days. And this is at the Bad Boy tour in Philly when I was backstage and everything like that. I met her. And she was mad dope back then. So I'm pretty sure she's even doper now because she's seasoned. Shout out to her. It's killing him because he's not in charge. Right, he's not in control. And y'all know what a control freak. Y'all know a control freak has to have control. He has to have control. He has to have control, y'all. He has to have control. And he doesn't, it's out of his control. Like you could tell so many times he want to have an outburst. But anyway, you guys, listen. We went through everything today. I gave y'all a treat. I had Gene pop out and pop up on the pop-off show. I had to do double duties, but I did it for y'all, my peoples, because y'all believe in me. And I just wanted to give y'all a little something. And y'all, I'm about to drop a video. Gene did an exclusive video with me. I asked him 3 questions. Something really like, you know, fun and cute. So I'm going to drop that in a few. But it's your girl, Miss Pleasant, from the Pop-Off Show. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all share, tell a friend to tell a friend that Miss Pleasant is down at the Diddy trial. I'm live. Tell them your girl is not a reporter. She's not a journalist. She's just a girl from Harlem, from around the way, with an iPhone 15 Pro Max and a selfie stick. All right, y'all? Turn on your notifications, because I'm going to pop off tomorrow. Now, what time I'm getting down to court, I don't know. But I'll be down there, and I'll be popping off from the pop-off show. All right, y'all. Y'all have one love. Make sure y'all tell somebody today that y'all love them. Blessings, and have a good night on purpose. Thanks for everybody joining the chat. Peace.